Hey, welcome back. It's Jason Walty here. I have some breaking news to share with you guys because according to the Mortgage Bankers Association, or the MBA, they actually just released this report today. They noted that total applications for mortgages, or total mortgage demand, has now fallen to its lowest levels since 1997. So we have the lowest levels for demand for mortgages or mortgage applications right now since 1997, which is of course pretty eye-opening here. So I'm going to be sharing this report with you guys today. I'm also going to give you an update regarding mortgage rates and also impacts for home buyers right now due to the fact that mortgage rates have been increasing greatly over the past month, or actually past 2 months, I should say. And of course, over the past year as well. So I want to share that with you guys today. But first, I want to share this with you guys. This is according to showingtime.com, which is a service that real estate agents use in order to request home tours for their real estate clients or their home buyers. So this is the total number of real estate showings in North America, according to Showing Time. And have a look at this because the number of home showings right now is down 25.7% compared to the first week of 2022, which is pretty mind-blowing considering the fact that last year we were up by 8.7% compared to the first week of 2021. Also compared to 2020, look at that, up 27% from the first week of 2020 compared to almost down 26% compared to the first week of this year. Also, we've had fewer real estate showings in North America compared to the start of this year ever since July 14th, which is absolutely insane because going back to 2020 as well as 2021, really didn't get into negative territory here until we approached the holidays, basically middle of November of 2020 as well as 2021. But of course, this year is vastly different because mortgage rates have been increasing greatly. And even though we have more houses listed for sale, up about 30% compared to 1 year ago, we have far fewer real estate showings, which of course is telling me that home buying demand is decreasing greatly, given the fact that mortgage rates have been absolutely spiking. So that's the first report I want to share with you guys because I thought that was pretty interesting. I thought you should be aware of it as well. So here's the other report I want to share with you guys today as well. This is also reported on the 5th, which is today. I'm making this video in the morning hours of the 5th, by the way. So total mortgage applications, which of course includes refis plus purchases, decreased 14.2% from 1 week ago. And this is for the week ending September 30th of 2022. And if you guys follow the channel, you guys all know I break this down by refis as well as purchases. These are, of course, applications for loans. So refis actually tanked down 18% from the previous week and was down 86% from 1 year ago, which is absolutely insane. Rates about 1 year ago were around 3.2%, if I'm not mistaken. Now rates are over 6%. And I'll share the latest rates with you guys here in just a little bit. Meanwhile, have a look at this because this is pretty crazy. The unadjusted purchase index, which of course is an index based on the number of people submitting loan applications for home purchases, decreased 13% compared to the previous week, but down 37% from the same time period 1 year ago. And here's a chart showing their purchase index over the last 12 months compared to the average 30-year fix. So according to the Mortgage News Daily as of today, average 30-year fixed rate mortgages right now are averaging at 6.7%, of course, for people with exceptional credit right now. And as you can see right here, the orange line is mortgage rates, which by the way, were only 4.99% approximately on August 1st. But as you can see right here, the sharp trajectory in mortgage rates caused this decrease in their purchase index. As you can see right here, their purchase index has been more or less declining for the vast majority of 2022, and especially ever since January 31st of this year. And going back to the MBA's report here, according to Joel Kahn, who's one of the MBA's associate vice presidents, he stated the following: mortgage rates continued to climb last week, causing another pullback in overall application activity, which dropped to its slowest pace since 1997. That's a pace for total mortgage applications, which includes refis plus purchases, the slowest pace since 1997. The average 30-year fix hit 6.75% last week, the highest rate since 2006. And the current mortgage rate has more than doubled over the past year. So let me give you an update regarding that, because as of today, the yield on the 10-year US Treasury note is at 3.77%. A 16 basis point increase compared to yesterday's rate here. And of course, as you guys all know, This is tied more directly to mortgage rates than really anything else. So when the yield increases on the 10-year US Treasury note, so can mortgage rates. And here's average rates according to the Mortgage News Daily. And these rates, by the way, were yesterday's rates, which was the 4th of October. So average 30-year fix is at 6.65%. 15-year fix is at 6.05%. This is pretty mind-blowing because I remember you can get a 15-year fix at around 2.5% back in the early parts of last year, as well as in August of 2021 as well. And by the way, 1 year ago, average rates were at 3.09%. So in other words, rates have increased 356 basis points compared to 1 year ago, or 3.56 percentage points, which of course is absolutely insane here because we went from 3.09% now to very close to 7% right now. And when talking about increases in mortgage rates, it's hard to decipher how this impacts current home buyers right now. So the general rule of thumb is for every 1% increase in mortgage rates, that causes a 10% decrease in buyers' purchasing power. So an increase by 3.56 percentage points causes almost a 36% decrease in buyers' purchasing power compared to 1 year ago. That's number one. Number two is an increase in their average monthly mortgage payment, because their average monthly mortgage payment 1 year ago, based on rates 1 year ago, and also the median sold price at $344,000. That's the median sold price 1 year ago, according to Redfin as of today. That would give you a $1,173 per month P&I payment, principal and interest. Fast forward to today, though, look at this. The median sold price is $369,000, putting 20% down, and also at 6.65%, the current mortgage rates, which is actually technically yesterday's rates, would get you a P&I payment of just under $1,900 per month. So in other words, by my dumb math here, that's a $721 per month increase compared to 1 year ago. So in other words, to buy the median sold price right now compared to 1 year ago, it's going to cost the average home buyer about $721 more per month to basically buy the same house. That's a 61% year-over-year increase in your average monthly mortgage payment, which of course is why we're seeing this pullback in people submitting loan applications for purchases, and of course because of refis as well. And going back to the MBA's report here, they said additionally the spreads between a conforming rate compared to jumbo loans widened once again, and we saw the ARM share, or the adjustable rate mortgage share, rise further to almost 12% of applications. So again, these are applications for mortgages, and so the ARM share of applications increased to 12%. And this is was what, 11.8%. And by the way, I've been following these reports on a weekly basis for over a year. And the highest share we've had for ARMs, in other words, the highest share of total applications in which they are ARMs, or adjustable rate mortgages, was actually 12%. So at 11.8%, we're just shy of year-to-date highs, which were about 12% that were set approximately 3 months ago. So the main reason, of course, why we're seeing an increase in the number of people submitting applications for ARMs versus a 30-year fix is because the interest rate, or the mortgage rate, is actually a lot less compared to a 30-year fixed rate mortgage. So a 30-year fixed rate mortgage with conforming loan balances, meaning loan balances less than $647,200, average rates were at 6.75% last week. But for a 5/1 ARM, average rates were at 5.36%. So because the spread between a 30-year fix at 6.75% and a 5/1 ARM at 5.36% is so wide right now, it's giving current home buyers more incentive to use a 5/1 ARM versus a 30-year fixed. And this, of course, is because your average monthly mortgage payment would be a lot less at 5.36% versus almost 7%. In this report here, they also talk about the impacts regarding Hurricane Ian, which devastated Florida as well, because that hurricane obviously caused a decrease in people submitting applications for loan purchases, or home purchases, I should say. It says here, there was also an impact from Hurricane Ian's arrival in Florida last week, which prompted widespread closings and evacuations. Applications in Florida fell 31% compared to the national average at 14% overall. So the national average decreased by 14.2% compared to 1 week ago, but in Florida, it decreased by 31%. A couple more trends we're seeing right now that's indicative of a slowdown in home buying demand is this right here, because according to Redfin, for the 4 weeks ending September 25th of this year, the number of pending home sales is down by 23% compared to the same time period 1 year ago. And actually, pending home sales have been declining ever since the 4 weeks ending May 22nd of this year. But at that time, pendings were only down by 7%, and now they're down by 23%. Now, keep this in mind because we have approximately 30% more houses listed for sale right now compared to 1 year ago. But despite that, we're seeing this huge pullback in home buying demand because contracts signed are down by 23% on a year-over-year basis. And speaking of a pullback in home buying demand, according to altusresearch.com, the share of price reductions right now in the US is 41.65%. So approximately 42% of all houses listed for sale right now have already had price reductions. Compare this to 1 year ago, this share was approximately 29%. Back in 2020, it was about 26%, and pre-COVID back in 2019, it was just under 37%. And with that said, please comment below your biggest takeaways from today's video. Also, if you got any value out of this video whatsoever, then please hit the like button. I greatly appreciate that. Hope you guys have an awesome day. I look forward to seeing you on the next video.